what I do or what I look like or what I have. And I think all this hard work is going to be a big problem if you don't ask yourself this question. Why am I doing this? Why am I working so hard at this? And I realized that I was playing volleyball to be recognized, to be popular, to feel good about myself, and to get attention from others. I wasn't being who I wanted to be. I was just being a volleyball player, and I was getting lots of attention for it. If I learned anything on my journey of becoming an elite athlete, it's this. I fed on the recognition that being great brought, and as soon as I retired, I felt really empty. I had a horrible year when I came back to Canada. I didn't feel valuable. I didn't feel like I was good at anything or useful for anything. It was crazy. I had a child. I had great things to do and to look forward to, but and so you can imagine how I felt in my career when I got injured, if I didn't make the starting lineup, if another middle blocker made the travel roster and I didn't. I was devastated, identifying myself as a volleyball player, rather than someone who loved others, who was a good friend, who was a good daughter or a good sister. It didn't help me really in any way. I put all my emotional energy into promoting myself as a volleyball player, and it harmed me in the end, that's for sure. If I could give you one piece of practical advice, it would be you guys to ask your parents to say, first of all, when you walk in the door from your practice or you call them on the phone after your games when you're at university or whatever, ask your parents to say, how was your day first, or how are you doing, before they ask how your game was, or how your practice was, or how school went. I realized that in a kind of strange way, I believed that what my parents thought was important about me was that I was a volleyball player, and because that's constantly what we were talking about and what they asked me about. And so I wanted to be asked how I was doing, how my day was, what kind of issues did I have with my friends or whatever. So it's a little thing, but it puts who you are first and then what you do second. An example I have of this is that if you look at all of my friends who are volleyball players, and I have to say that a lot of them are, that's who I spent my years from 17 to 27 with volleyball players, none of them are middle blockers. It's kind of weird. And I realized that I feel terribly because I valued a starting spot on a team more than building relationships with people that were in my position. If you're an athlete and you're competing with someone and that's in their same position, you'll maybe identify with what I'm talking about, but I would be devastated if I had to be roommates with them on a road trip. I didn't want to, I was competing with them. And so I thought, what a shame. I look back now and I think, how sad is it that there's probably 15 women across Canada or even across the world that I could have had great friendships with, and I chose not to because of volleyball and a starting spot on a team. So that kind of brings me to my next point. I think one of the most important things you can do in life is to be a great friend. Of course, make sure you're working hard at things, do what you love, but don't make it about yourself. Do the best with the mind and the body that you've been given, sure, but don't work hard at these things to find confidence or self-worth or your identity. You'll be disappointed and empty when things change or don't work out how you wanted them to. In closing, make friends as you go through life, and remember that you're not what you do, what you look like, or what you have. We were built to be in relationship with people, and it's important not to let anything get in the way of that. Thank you very much for that. So we'll do hockey next.